Hey, what's going on, guys? Ian from MaddenSchool.com, and today I'm going to show you how to bomb cover 3, cover 2, pretty much any zone coverage except for man-to-man defense. So we're in the New England Patriots playbook here. This play is in the gun-tight slots formation. The play is bench swap, and I'll include a link in the description to the Madden School playbook tool, where you can find other playbooks this is in as well. So pretty much you put in gun-tight slots, bench swap, and then it'll return to you, hey, these 5 playbooks or whatever it is are the ones that you can find that play in. So anyway, set this play up. You're going to motion this outside receiver over to the right. Now here we're first going against a cover 3. Put the A or X tight end on a streak route. And against the normal cover 3, what we're going to do is we're just going to hit this running back in the flats every single time early on, just to make our opponent go into hard flats. As long as it's not man-to-man defense and it's not hard flats over there, that table route's going to be open every single time. I like to lead pass to the sideline, you rack catch it. You're looking at 4 to 7 yards pretty consistently. And the other thing you can do is throw that B or circle receiver. I'll show you that here. You can see he's going to get open there. Our tight end pretty much just clears out those deep zones. Eventually the purple zone's going to come down onto our running back. That's going to create a really nice little window for us to get the ball to our B receiver there. Now one thing you can do if you have time, and it works a little better on All Pro just because the pass rush is it doesn't come in as fast on All Pro. So that gives you the chance to do stuff like this. I'm blocking the running back just to give us extra time, but if you can get the time, what's going to end up happening is that cornerback on the left side of the screen is going to completely dumb out. I'm going to show it to you in the replay in case you didn't see it. So we're focusing on this cornerback in the deep zone. And as our guy's coming across the field, this guy is going to just stand here. He's going to stand right there. Our guy's going to run right by him. Everyone else over here is still following the tight end. We have everyone following the tight end over here, but we have the cornerback who just completely loses his guy. We lead pass up, and we're by that cornerback by like 20 yards. Anyways, if I can get the time, I'll show it to you again. Now, if they're rushing 4, 5, 6 guys, you're never going to have the time to throw that. So just hit one of the 2 guys early on. But if you know it's cover 3, you know they're rushing like 3, maybe 4 guys, then you just wait here. You lead pass it up. And it's a touchdown every time. So if your opponent starts dropping a bunch of guys into coverage, that's going to work really well. So that was just a normal cover 3. Next I'll show you cover 3 hard flats. Again, it is in the gun tight slots formation, New England Patriots playbook, as well as a few others. The play is bench swap. Now I'll find a hard flats. Setup's exactly the same. This time you can try to throw it to your running back, but he'll likely be covered. I'll show that to you here. You can see how you might be able to fit it in, depends, but that's not the read on this play. The read on this play, as you can probably tell, is that B receiver. Obviously, the hard flat's going to take away the running back, leaving the B receiver open pretty early on. Streak the tight end, put the X or square receiver in motion to the right. And you can see that you can actually do the same thing in regards to with the X receiver or square on PlayStation 4 coming across the field. You can still, if you have the time, you can still throw that post. But I prefer the corner route on this one because you might not have the time. And the cornerback is much more open, or the corner route is much more open here because of the hard flat. So that's the read against cover 3 hard flat. Next I'm going to show it to you against cover 2. Setup's exactly the same. Should look just like this. And again, as long as your opponent isn't in hard flats, what we're doing is we're just hitting this guy right in the flat, taking our 5 or so yards. And if you think about what our opponent has to cover, he has to cover the flats, the corner route, and then the deep post. That's not even to mention we haven't done anything with our guy on the left side of the field. So he still has to leave at least a zone or two over there on the left side of the field. So he has a lot to cover. And if not, we can just keep deep dinking and dunking, 5-10 yards with that running back in the flat. If he does go hard flats, obviously you'd hit that B receiver. And a lot of times you can hit that B receiver anyway. But eventually, especially against non-elite middle linebackers, the X or square receiver is going to get open as well. Now because Luke Kuechly is pretty elite, he's going to cover that really well. But against most, just, like 85 overall middle linebackers, that guy's going to get wide open. So one thing you can do if you do have the timing, and I wouldn't recommend this unless you know exactly what you're doing, is you can lead pass up and it'll still beat that cornerback. That's only for people who know exactly what they're doing, because it does take extremely good timing. And there's really no reason to do it when you can just hit your running back in the flat for 5 to 7 yards. So last thing I'm going to go over here is same play, this time hard flats. Now, it is worth mentioning this play is not very good against man-to-man defense. So if you're expecting man-to-man defense, this isn't the play to call. You can see how open our guy's going to get there on the hard flats. And that's kind of what we want. That's why we keep hitting the running back in the flat probably, the first 5 times we call this play. It's so that they go into hard flats. And that's what we want. And then we can beat them deep. We just need to get a little bit better blocking here. I'll block the running back just to make sure we can get some better blocking. You can see how open that B receiver is. And that's how it should look. And I promise you're not normally going to get sacked unless they're really sending a heavy blitz. If they're in a standard 3 or 4 man rush, then you'll have the time, especially if you block the running back, if you know it's hard flats. If you don't block the running back, you still should have time, though. So I hope you guys enjoyed this free tip. Until the next time, take care.